That's soaking. That's the floorboards in it. It's going to be the toilet. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Life of a Jobbing Plumber. You're going to follow me around today with a few very different jobs, some plumbing related, some gas related, some boiler related, blah blah blah. And hopefully you enjoy this one. It's currently 5 degrees, spring, sun's out, so can't complain, but it's absolutely freezing. First one we're going out to is a Remia boiler. That's got a leak on it, so that could be anything. Could even be a new boiler. Nah, I wish. We'll see what it is. Oh, it's not looking good. At first I thought it was this cold inlet valve, but then I seen it drip off this, and it's coming from this as well. I'm not having it both of them. I reckon it's coming from inside the boiler. It's 13 years old, this, so the customer's already talking about possibly changing it, which is good. However, that's not so good. Always ramps the price up when you got a vertical flue. I reckon someone's had the cover off this because that screw wasn't in properly. See it there, can't you? On the cold, the flow, whatever sensor. Bugger. Wonder if I can change that. Will it come out? That is miles too tight. Won't undo. Won't tighten up. It's a different right hand block to a normal baxi, so I don't have one in the van. So what I'm going to do is basically price to change that right hand block, because if that snaps, the customer's got no hot water. Whereas at the minute they do. Well, that's me. I'm just taking a look at the flue run. They're not the same flues as a baxi. Look at the state. That's why they should be clamped, but it has got one there. I suppose it needed another one here, didn't it? Because basically I'm going to give them the option: replace that right hand block and price for a new boiler, because that's what they want. So yeah, I have to check out the flue run. Hopefully we'll be able to follow that just by shunting the boiler over a bit, because it's off centre on the Remia. I'll show you in a minute. What are you doing up there now? And you see it's off centre, so what I'd probably do instead of buying 245s, well, I don't know actually, because it means altering the pipework, doesn't it, that way? Whereas now they're all in bang on order, so I probably would maybe do 245s at the top of the boiler instead of moving the boiler over. Plus they've managed to get a fixing on this, and it's plasterboard, so I don't know how they've done that, but they've obviously managed. These boilers weren't very heavy anyway. I get rid of that filter because I don't like them type of Magna cleans, and condensate's internal anyway. Yeah, give them a price for that block, new boiler, let them decide. Right, next up is a toilet which is constantly running through. I've not done any of this. Customers took it to pieces. It's crappy workwin product though in it. Apparently it wasn't dropping back down in position, so that's quite a common fault. So I'm going to swap it out for a Viva. Customers isolated the water already. We're on a flexi, and the wing nuts are already loose. So I don't want to say it, but it's looking good. Oh, there's silicone back in it. That could be the sticking point. Decent donut washer for a change, that. That flexi was a pig to get on. There's no room, but at least it's on a brass shank ball valve. And I swap it out for a Viva Skylo, my favourite. For some reason it's got silicone on this, where the donut washer's been. I don't like that. You don't like that at all. Two-inch to inch and a half reducer because it's a inch and a half hole. But with the Viva you get an inch and a half one or a 2-inch one. No wonder they siliconed it. I think I've just realised you can't actually see anything there. I'll nip that out with the grips. It's not really the right size. Let's go and get a different one out of the van, I think. I want a 2-inch one. Just sit nicely on there. Like I say, it's been siliconed up before for some strange reason. Check the rubber on that, see if that looks okay. It does. It's a bit twisted because of the way it's been kept in the box. Fits alright on that. Should work well on that, to be fair, as well. The donut washer's that bloody thick. I can only get a couple of thread turns on the wing nuts. This just drops in and clicks into position, just like that. And that should attach onto our plug button. Right, let's turn the water back on. Hope for the best. When I was tightening up the flexi to the fill valve started spinning, didn't it? So let's take it back off again. Mint. Just had to alter the height of that fill valve because it was overflowing. See the water line at the back where it's supposed to flow to. Hopefully there's something like there now. No. Bloody thing. Much better. I'm going to put a bit of silicone at the back of this. There's no screws to fix it, but as you can see it's just a little bit wobbly. Don't think we have any leaks under here. Beautiful. Next one is a leak coming through a ceiling. Customer thinks it could be from the boiler or the toilet, so your guess is as good as mine. So on this one there's a leak coming from the ceiling, through the ceiling, just below these two. However, you finished. The toilet is all boxed in, so that's going to be fun to try and see if there's anything going on there. I'm going to start with these a bit and have a look around the boiler and that, see what I can see. Just using the inspection camera behind the back of the toilet, see if I can see anything obvious. So there's an isolation valve there, and below it you can see all this black stuff here. Is the ceiling, I believe. I can't tell whether it's wet or not, but it looks like mould to me, doesn't it? To you, directly below the toilet. Because that is below the floorboards there. That is the copper feed to the toilet with an isolation valve on. I'm going to have to take the toilet out, I think. At least I think that's where I am. It's actually difficult to control this thing. That's definitely wet, that, isn't it? That's soaking. That's the floorboards, isn't it? It's going to be the toilet. water's off downstairs because obviously can't get to anything here. I'm going to wet that the rest of it out. Just cut round the silicone, that should then pull forward. What the hell is it stuck on? It's definitely the toilet that's leaking. Just don't know what. Tell you what, it was a pig to get out. That made it really difficult. I think that's where it's leaking. Grim. Probably change the flexi fan connector as well. Flexi should be alright. I just ain't faffing around re-greasing and stuff. I don't know. Pan connector. That's been leaking a long time. That's them two undone. I'm going to put some new cistern rods through now. I hope I'll be able to get away with that, but I don't know, because as you've just seen, I've used my what I think is my last donut washer of that size. However, I may have one in a Science pack that I can pinch. New system, bolts in, siliconed in, don't care what you say, and a Science donut washer to go on. Belts and braces on that one. I'm just going to clean all this up before we're about together and dry all that and get a new pan connector out for that. Right, she's back on. Dried and cleaned that up the best I can. Pan connector's off and in the dirty bag. Customer's just messaged back from this morning with the Vermeer and they want to go ahead with the back C830, so that's an install coming up. Don't think it'll be on the channel though, because they don't do very well, boiler installs. I may do, see how I feel. You might see it, you might not. Right, pan connector in now, fully extended, because that'll just congeal itself back. Congeal. This is going to be the hardest bit, getting this reconnected. And I've got to, I mean, in an ideal world, I'd take this downstairs and cut that out with the angle grinder. But I ain't got time for that. It's heavy. It's an awkward stairs to get down. They managed to do it without doing it, without cutting it out, so I'm going to try to do the same. Mate, that was hard work. Right, I've got the cold water flexi connected. New pan connector in. You probably can't see anything. New pan connector, flexi's on. Just not pushed it all the way back yet, so I'm going to turn the water on downstairs, fill it, test it, shove the bloody thing back in with a bit of luck, silicone round it again, and get out of here. This has been painful. At least we sorted it though. Right, water's back on, that's full. Just had a feel of everything behind the back there. Feels alright, I'm going to give it a flush and shove the bloody thing back and get out of here. Next. Yeah, so it's continuously filling in the bowl, this one. And it's not overflowing, so it's not the fill valve. It's this fluid master flush valve. So what we're going to fit is one of these, because it retrofits using this to a fluid master. And I got this for free. Just put that bottom bit on there, and you put the seal back on. And then you've got to lock this into there like that. So it's just locked in the same way as it came out. I'm going to swap this now for a push button type. Customer's happy with it protruding out. Lovely. Jubbly.